Hi, my name is Brittany Garcia. I am an AVS Cloud Solution Architect at VMware. And this is an AVS how-to video where I will cover what to do next once you've got HCX installed. The prereqs you will need to follow this video are AVS has been deployed, HCX has been deployed in AVS, and the HCX connector has been connected to your vSphere environment. We cover those things in some of our other videos on this channel, so check out those if you have any questions about any of those prereqs. First thing we need to do in HCX is connect site A to site B. In this case, I'm connecting our on-prem demo site to our AVS instance, and we do that through something called a site pairing. Selecting the Connect to Remote Site button, we are prompted with this remote site login box. The remote HCX URL is the URL of the HCX Cloud Manager at the target site, along with the username and login information of that remote site. Once I have everything filled out, I click Connect, and a site pairing connection box will show up, letting you know you've successfully paired two sites together. Setting up service mesh will be our next step. We'll navigate to the interconnect section on the left nav bar, and we're going to start with a compute profile setup. First step here is to name your compute profile. Next, this is where we select which services we will add to our service mesh. This can be edited at a later time, and for this demo, I selected everything except SRM and OSAM. Here I'm selecting which resource I'll use for the HCX services. And here I'm selecting which compute and storage resources I would like to use for deploying HCX appliances. Choose a network profile. Since we're starting from scratch, you will see me create a few different network profiles. In this section, I'm creating a management network profile. Notice I have options between distributed port groups, standard port groups, and NSX networks. In this case, I'm selecting a distributed port group and then typing in all my IP information that I have for this test environment. You will need a few IP addresses set aside for HCX appliances. And here I've given it a little range of IPs to use. Notice down here for the HCX traffic type, I'm selecting management and vSphere replication. Next, I'm going to create an uplink network profile. So I'm just going through the same wizard that we previously saw. I'm going to select a distributed port group that I want to use. Again, filling out the IP address information, and I'm going to give it a range of IPs to use. Notice here for the HCX traffic type, I'm selecting HCX uplink. And then for this network profile, I'm going to create a vMotion network profile. Going through the same steps as before. Really the big difference in the creation of these network profiles is at the bottom, you can see the HCX traffic type. Selecting those various options is kind of what assigns each network profile to its specific task. So making sure that that was selected, I'm going to hit continue. In this section, we'll select switches or transport zones, which we will be able to use later on for network extension. Now you can see the compute profile has been set up, so let's move on to creating the service mesh. Clicking the Create Service Mesh button brings up another wizard. I will select the sites that I wish to set up this service mesh between. And in this example, I only have these two sites. Clicking continue. Now I'm selecting the compute profile on-prem, which we just set up, and the compute profile at the remote site. I'm selecting the service mesh components here. Notice it copied over the same service mesh selections from the compute profile. I'm going to click through the optional override uplink network profiles section. The network extension appliance is selected, so I just hit continue. Here I'm going to select TCP flow conditioning and then continue. This is just a review of the topology I've created for this service mesh, so I'll continue. And the last step here is just to give your service mesh a name. Selecting finish. So at rapid speed, you can see the tasks being created for this service mesh. I hope you found this video helpful, and thanks for watching.